Ladies Island corns. Figured I'd talk about these guys a little bit, show you guys the adults, what I've hatched last year, what I've hatched this year, and talk about the locality itself. Check it out. This is my breeding female Ladies Island corn. As you can see, high orange. I have 2.1 of my breeding adults as far as Ladies Island specific locales, and then I have another Beaufort County female that has not produced this year. I've had her with 2 different males at this point and nothing has happened, so that's still kind of up in the air. This is the Ladies Island female that has produced multiple clutches for me now. Just real quick, talking about Ladies Island. It's down here in South Carolina in the very bottom corner, and it's part of Beaufort County, which is sort of outside or connected to Jasper County, which is what's famous for the Locality Hunt Club and the, you know, the crazy nice corns that we have out there near Hilton Head and near Savannah, Georgia, and then below Charleston, so it's down the coast a little farther. Beaufort is made up of a lot of different smaller islands. Some of them are actually like larger, like Ladies Island, which has a population, you know, a lot of people living on it, and fairly developed for the most part. It's not overly developed to the point where there's like no natural habitat left anymore. There's actually a good bit on Ladies Island still left. And so then there's that, and then there's surrounding islands that are either larger or smaller. You have the little hammocks and the smaller barriers. But Ladies Island is actually a decent sized island. Okay, so I'm here doing editing and I realized I forgot to add in, I took a short video of the area that my corns came from on Ladies Island, so I'll snap that in right here. This girl, actually, I got her when she was like fresh out of the egg tiny. She was in our neighbor's pump house. A lot of people out sort of on the back end of the island typically run off well water because city water doesn't go out that far. And so that means you usually have a pump house for your well. And this little, now at the time, little female was in the neighbor's pump house. So he brought her to me. I raised her up. I actually sold her to a local shop and ended up buying her back a few years later, and now she's produced, this is the second year she's produced for me. Really pretty snake. You know, she's done well. She's obviously very chill, which is more than I can say for sort of the boys, but this is the female. And I'll show you her offspring here shortly. And sort of the reason I like locality corns so much is just because of all the color variation. It's a species that has a huge range. You know, South Carolina, in my opinion, at least coastal South Carolina, has the best corn snakes in the world. And yeah, these aren't like the crazy Jasper counties with the, you know, the super high black and the, you know, the crazy oranges. Like, she is nice and orange, but she doesn't have that same contrast that you have with the Jasper counties. But I mean, I just really noticed a lot of the yellow and stuff on the sides. And so it's interesting because from the same property, I have this female, I have another male, and then I have a darker male, and the middle male is like a combination almost of this one and that darker male. So it's like she's the lighter one of the group, the middle guy, and then the darker guy. And the darker guy I'll show you in the tub because he does not handle well. So for the sake of being able to actually get footage of him, we'll just show you in the tub. So let's check it out. This is the darker boy. So as you can see, he's considerably more red in the saddles, darker, deeper oak brown in between the saddles rather than that brighter orange. This is the sire to last year's clutch of pure Ladies Islands, but he's the sire to a clutch of Ladies Island to Ghost Tessera. So that clutch is due to hatch any day now. Really excited to see that. He's a gorgeous snake. I like my Okeetees a little on the darker side like this, so he's no exception, but he is he's a little bit of a spaz. Let's check out the other male. So this is the other male, who is the sire of this year's clutch. Like I said, he's kind of an odd in-between of the female and that other male. Clearly he's due for a water change. I need to switch him over to Aspen, actually, because this is due to be changed out as well. So he is kind of a perfect combination of the two. Also from the same piece of property that the other male came from. Literally a difference of a couple yards. But you get this natural variation of these guys where you have this lighter sort of variety and then you have the darker guy. So this guy did well. All 13 eggs hatched this year, and I'll show them in a few minutes. All natural. He's considerably more mellow than the other guy, but still rock solid feeders, really easy keepers. Corn seem to transition over to captivity well. So let's check out some of last year's offspring. So here's one of the babies from last year's clutch, the first clutch of pure Ladies Island corns. This one is really nice deep red. I'm looking on the screen here to make sure that everything's coming up in focus. I got a lot of variation in the clutch in terms of phenotype and color and stuff like that, so I actually ended up holding on to 2.2 that kind of has a representation of each. This one is kind of the more, I guess, saturated kind of look. So I've got 2.2, Jake's got what was supposed to be 1.1 but looks to be like it's just two males. So we'll do some swapping around, but this is one of the babies, and I'll show off a couple of the other ones. Okay, so here's another one that I actually found really interesting. So this one is also kind of that saturated look. The other two are kind of spazzing out a little bit, so I'm gonna leave them be, but one of the reasons I hung on to this one, if I can get it to show up on film, is those neck saddles are super wide, and there was a couple babies. Yeah, you can see it right there. See how just odd, almost motley looking those saddles are. And so this one is definitely a holdback for that reason. We'll see if I can sort of extrapolate on that and see if it gets any wilder. Again, nice saturated oranges and reds. And it's interesting too because these guys almost start out with like kind of a gray base. You can kind of see it there. It sort of morphs into more of a sandy tan color, but as babies, which I'll show you here in a second, they actually come out with a nice gray and dark saddled base color. This one's a keeper. This one I believe is the other male, so the other two I think are the females. But again, pure Ladies Island corn. I really dig it. And so here we have a fresh hatchling. So these guys haven't even had their first sheds yet. It's not gonna focus. Why won't you focus? There we go. So again, really dark base color. These guys do have some oranges on the saddles. It's kind of hard to pick up on camera because my lighting is rough. There we go. So these guys haven't even shed yet. Again, this is the lighter male that you saw to that lighter female. So it's the same damn different sire on these guys. And again, I think I'm only gonna hold on to maybe a pair or maybe another 2.2 on these guys. I'm not entirely sure yet. I'm definitely wanting to play with it and sort of line breed them a little bit and see what happens. So we'll see, but got 13 of these guys, and there's a couple of standouts holdback wise that are mostly different patterns. So we'll see, but they're feisty. Haven't even had first meals yet, and they're fat little babies. So this girl, this is actually a Beaufort County female, but this is not a Ladies Island female. This is the girl that I had paired to that darker Ladies Island male to, you know, in hopes of making some Beaufort County animals. She has that sort of stereotypical Jasper County look, even though geographically she is the closest to Jasper County than all of them because she's from sort of the mainland area of Beaufort. But I got her as a tiny hatchling back in 2018 and had no idea she'd turn out the way she has. She's just gotten better and better over time. No luck so far in getting her paired, but she's in with the Castagna male right now. This is, again, completely wild caught, no line breeding or anything here. This is just as South Carolina makes them. So this is why I love South Carolina corns and always will. And this is the two of the 2.2 low country South Carolina corns. They're awesome. Hopefully this gives you all a little bit of insight into the local corn projects and the locality corn projects I'm working with. There are laws in South Carolina now where you cannot sell corn snakes over, I think, 21 inches, but you can still collect them, you can still keep them. You just can't sell like natural wild type animals over a certain length, which I'm okay with. It doesn't really bother me, honestly. It kind of makes sense. At the same time, with corns, you don't see people going and catching every older animal they can and selling it. So it's a little goofy, but it is what it is. I can still keep them, I can still breed them, I can still sell them. Just got to pay more attention to what's going where. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll be doing some more to come. If you have any that you want me to do, drop them in the comments, give this video a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. We'll be back with more videos, and thank you.